Friday Eve, we are fast approaching the weekend, and the weekend's going to be a great weekend. In fact, you know, any day that we're able to get up and breathe and walk is a great day, right? 73 in the Bronx. Right now, your temperature from Bed-Stuy to Hackensack, New Jersey, through Westchester, low to mid-70s. Low to mid-70s. Today will be the third day for a heat wave if we hit it at Central Park. But definitely LaGuardia. And I believe the Bronx, you already did it a couple weeks ago with Jersey. Radar. Just like yesterday, it's rinse and repeat. There is a chance of a pop-up thunderstorm today. It won't last long, maybe 20 minutes if you see it, and it'll knock your temperature down a little bit, but then it'll go right back up if it's 2 or 3 o'clock. So keep in mind there is a slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm, very slight. Story number 2, pool, beach, fire hydrant weather, right? Fire hydrant for the boroughs. They don't have a lot of hoses out there, so we need the fire department to open up that hydrant to let the kids run through it with the cap on it. So I try to figure out if we're going to have, you know, hot weather, where this area of high pressure, where a high might set up. And I know we're not going to have terribly hot weather typically at this time of year if the high is in Canada. In fact, we like the high there. Their temperature's 75 to 79 degrees. That's where they're ranging right now for highs. And that would, you know, bring a light wind out of the northwest. It'd be a nice day. That's not really happening today. High pressure over the Ohio Valley. This is the best high location I can give you if you want heat, if you want to go to the pool, if you want to go to the beach, if you want to run through the fire hydrant. Because what happens is the high brings the winds from the west of us, goes over the mountains, it descends. And as it descends, it compresses. These downsloping winds heat us up with no humidity. It's not muggy. This is great weather for being outdoors. The problem is where we've been off and on for the last 3 weeks is high pressure is setting up to the south. And that drives a southwest wind. You know it's humid and hot in Florida. We got a lot of family and friends there. We like to call it the sixth borough. They're in the mid-90s down in South Beach. So if we tap into that, we get like heat wave weather. And that's possible again next week, today as well. So today, although the winds are going to be light out of the north, we're going to pop again somewhere between 87 to 90 degrees for a high. 87 to 90 degrees wherever you can see me or hear me today. Tomorrow, it's saying we're going to get a little more push of wind out of Canada, bringing their air mass over us. But the temperature that I use for Canada for us to see if we're going to cool off is Montreal. Their temperature is 79. So we're not going to cool down a great deal tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be in the low to upper 80s, if not close to 90. And so it's still going to be hot, but just not as bad as it has been. And this is bad. When you see a magenta pop here, when it shows you the magenta, that means that the National Weather Service and the European model says it could feel like 103 by next Thursday. That's dangerous heat, so they would put an excessive heat warning in place if that happens. That's a ways down the road. Let's see if it happens. But today, 90, and then tomorrow and Saturday about the same. And then we're going for feel-like temperatures Sunday through Wednesday, and the heat will be on.